I'm lighting my radiant rose incense for this love reading. I'm calling in the angels to provide us some clarity. Clarity in this love connection. Not just clarity, but future timeline. So use present and past tense neural conditioning to connect you to your highest timeline in love. So ask your angels, ask your guides if this is meant for you. I'm already getting a very strong feeling of peace, of something like receiving a conclusion, receiving clarity. And the specific words that I'm hearing are trust, surrender, giving in, desire, passion, fluidity, and togetherness. And I'm receiving the image of, this is crazy that I split the deck to this, I'm receiving the image of a spiral drawing two individuals together. It feels like something has been birthed and something is being brought to the light. Angels, what can you tell me more about this specific love connection? There's definitely the energy, a very strong energy of victory coming through, and work to be done. So let's dive into this. Oh, I thought this was a tower. This is the Three of Wands. That changes things. This is the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, leading to the King of Cups. You have something coming in for you, or you have someone coming in for you. It feels like there's like ships arriving. Someone is arriving to a conclusion that has to do with you. And here's the thing is, you're not worried about it. You are not feeling any type of way about it. In fact, I feel like you are fully released about this situation. You have fully let go. You have fully relaxed into your power, into your value, into your self-worth. It just feels as if you suddenly have this realization come over you that you are absolutely everything that your person has been searching for, that you are absolutely everything that you have been searching for, and that you have everything that this person could possibly need and possibly want. And so you're no longer worried. You're no longer worried about controlling the outcome. You're no longer worried about what they're thinking or what they're doing when you're not speaking to them. We have the Three of Pentacles. You are focused on something so much more valuable for you at the moment. You're transmuting a lot of pain into gold is also what's coming through. Like you are climbing this ladder of success is what's coming through. And this is leading you to this King of Cups. It's a very strong emotional offer. I feel like somebody is laying something out on the table, or it genuinely just feels as if you have received such a strong blanket or sense of security within yourself, and you're no longer searching for somebody to validate that, because you just know that they will. You just know that this love is going to choose you without hesitation, without a second thought. Like, it's done. It's a done deal already, and it's just a matter of time with the Wheel of Fortune. You know your worth. You are no longer questioning what it is you bring to the table or what it is you have to offer somebody, because you know exactly what it is. You know the power of your presence. You know the power of surrendering to like the universe aligning everything for you. This love is being brought forward to you. The Six of Wands, the victory is already had. The Ten of Wands to me is this inner work that you've been doing on yourself, this inner work that you are no longer running from. And it's not that you're doing, so many things that are exhausting you to the point of exhaustion. It's that you are doing things that add so much value to your life, things that allow you to relax. We have this Queen of Cups, things that allow you to trust, things that allow you to recognize exactly who you are. And not just fragments of yourself, but really solid proof of who you are and who you have worked so hard to become. We have the Ace of Pentacles. My God, you are getting everything that you've asked for, everything that you have desired. There is clarity coming in as well. An offer of love, a gift being presented. It feels like somebody is coming in to take effort towards you. If you resonate with this message, I'm going to keep pulling cards and dive into an extended reading. This extended reading is going to be available for the Angel Archetype Society members. If you would like to be invited to join, comment Angel Tarot. Dear soul, if you have stayed until this very moment, I believe it is because your heart needed to hear these words. Don't let this message become just another video you watched and forgot. Let it become the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Right now, place your hand over your heart and declare these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is working behind the scenes for me. My breakthrough is coming, and my story is still being written by His loving hands. Say it again, and then say it one more time. Keep speaking these words until your soul believes what heaven has already declared about you. Every promise God has spoken over your life is still alive. Every tear you've cried has been seen. Every silent prayer has been heard. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, God was carrying you toward a future greater than you could imagine. Please don't keep this message to yourself. Someone, somewhere, is lying awake tonight, wondering if anyone cares, questioning whether life will ever change, sage, or silently losing hope. Your decision to share this video could be the answer to their prayer. It could remind them that they are loved, chosen, and never alone. And if God has used this ministry to encourage your heart, strengthen your faith, or bring peace to your soul, would you prayerfully consider supporting this mission through a super thanks? Whether your gift is $5, $10, $20, or whatever God places on your heart, every contribution helps us continue sharing messages of hope, healing, and God's unfailing love with people around the world who desperately need encouragement. From the deepest part of my heart, thank you for standing with us. I pray that God pours out blessings you cannot contain, opens doors no one can shut, restores everything you have lost, and rewards your generosity beyond anything you could imagine. May your home be filled with His peace, your heart with His joy, and your life with undeniable evidence of His faithfulness. Together, we are more than a community. We are a family of believers, lifting one another up, believers sharing God's love, and reminding the world that no soul is ever forgotten by heaven.
Everything you've been waiting for is about to arrive all at once. There's a particular kind of hope that is harder to carry than despair. Despair, at least, has a kind of finality to it. It settles. It tells you clearly that something is over, that you can stop waiting, that you can begin the work of adjusting your expectations to match a smaller reality. It is painful, but it is definite. There is a strange relief in certainty, even when the certainty is painful. But hope that keeps being deferred, hope that has survived disappointment after disappointment, that has been renewed again and again, only to go unfulfilled again and again. That kind of hope is exhausting in a way that nothing else quite matches. Because you can't put it down. Something in you keeps picking it back up, keeps believing, keeps saying not yet, but maybe soon, when every available evidence suggests that soon is not coming. You have been carrying that hope for a long time. Quietly, persistently, sometimes barely. And the weight of it, the particular fatigue of someone who has not given up but is genuinely deeply tired of waiting, is something you probably don't talk about much. Because it's hard to explain to people who haven't lived in it. Because from the outside, your life may look fine. You function. You show up. You keep moving. But inside, in the private hours, there has been a question that hasn't left you alone. When is it my turn? What has been happening? Underneath the surface, here is what you need to understand about the season you have been in. The one that felt like stagnation, like being stuck, like watching other people's lives move forward, while yours seemed to hover in some frustrating in-between. It was not stagnation. It was preparation. There is a particular agricultural image that captures this better than any other. Seeds that have been planted in the ground and are doing the invisible underground work of becoming something, building root systems, drawing nutrients, establishing the foundation of what will eventually break through the soil and bloom. From above, the ground looks empty. Nothing appears to be happening. But underneath, everything is happening. Everything has been happening continuously with a kind of quiet urgency that the surface gives no indication of. That is what has been occurring in your life. The difficulty, the setbacks, the moments that felt like failure. They were not evidence that something was going wrong. They were the underground work. The root building. The slow, necessary, unglamorous process of becoming someone who can actually hold and sustain the abundance that is now approaching. You have not been abandoned. You have been prepared. And the preparation is complete. The feeling you mistook for a warning, Before we talk about what's coming, there is something happening inside you right now that deserves to be named, because you may have been misreading it as something negative. The anxiety, the restlessness, that particular feeling of being on the edge of something without being able to see clearly what it is. The overthinking, the replaying, the constant low-level hum of, is it going to happen? Is it really going to happen? What if it doesn't happen? That has been running in the background of your consciousness like a radio you can't quite turn off. You may have interpreted this as fear, as a bad sign, as evidence that something is wrong with you, or that your nervous system is broken, or that you simply cannot rest when you should. But here is what that feeling actually is. It is the energetic pressure of something enormous pressing against the thin membrane between about to and now. It is the particular internal sensation of being right at the edge of a breakthrough, close enough to feel it, close enough that the anticipation has become almost indistinguishable from dread. A breakdown and a breakthrough feel nearly identical from the inside. The racing heart, the sleeplessness, the sense that something is shifting in ways you can't control. The difference is what comes after. And what is coming after this, what is waiting on the other side of this pressure, is not more difficulty. It is everything you have been hoping for. The table's turning. And what that actually means, let's talk about justice for a moment. Not the abstract philosophical kind, but the very real and very satisfying kind that happens when the universe, with its longer view and its more complete accounting, begins to balance what has been unbalanced. You have been treated badly by people, not just once, in specific, particular ways that left marks. People who took advantage of your generosity, who mistook your patience for weakness, who used your openness against you, who benefited from your care and gave very little in return, who in some cases actively caused you harm and appeared to suffer no consequence for it. And you watched that. You processed it. You grieved it, probably more than once. And somewhere in the honest interior of yourself, you wondered whether the universe was paying attention, whether anyone or anything was keeping track of the discrepancy between what you gave and what was done to you in return. The universe has been paying attention. This is not about revenge. It is not about wanting to see people suffer or feeling satisfaction at someone else's pain. It is about something simpler and more profound, the natural restoration of balance. What goes out comes back. What was taken from you is being returned. And what was given carelessly by people who had no right to take it is being asked to be accounted for. Not by you, not through any action on your part, but by the simple, inexorable operation of a universe that does eventually correct its own imbalances. Your role in this process is simply to show up for your own blessings, to receive what is coming without guilt, without the nagging feeling that it is somehow unfair for things to go well for you after they went so badly. It is not unfair. It is overdue. The money that is coming and why you deserve it, financial abundance, is part of what is arriving. And it is worth spending a moment on this because money is something many people have complicated feelings about, especially people who have been through difficulty, who have learned to live on less, who have quietly shrunk their expectations around what is financially possible for them. Everything you have invested in yourself, in your work, in other people, in situations that did not always give you a fair return, is coming back to you amplified. Not trickled back, not partially returned, multiplied. The effort you put in over months and years that felt unrecognized, underpaid, undervalued, that has been accumulating interest in an account you didn't know existed. And the balance is becoming available now. A dream home is part of this picture, not metaphorically, a physical, actual, tangible space that is yours in the truest sense. A place that holds you the way you have always deserved to be held. Stability that extends into the domestic, the everyday, the ordinary landscape of a life that finally feels like yours. Let yourself want this. You are not being greedy or unrealistic or reaching beyond what you deserve. You are simply finally accurately estimating your own worth. The deep realization here is the insight that this entire story has been building toward, the one that, when it lands completely, changes not just how you see this moment, but how you see every difficult moment that preceded it. Nothing you went through was wasted. Every single thing was in service of this. The heartbreak that restructured you, the failure that redirected you, the betrayal that revealed who was truly safe and who wasn't. The long gray seasons when nothing seemed to move and you wondered whether you had somehow gotten it wrong, whether the life you imagined for yourself was simply not available to you. All of it was preparation. Specific, targeted, efficient preparation for the person you needed to become in order to receive and sustain what is now arriving. You could not have held this abundance before, not because you were unworthy. You were always worthy, but because you were not yet fully formed. The difficulty was the forming, and the forming is complete. You are ready now, not because you've finally earned something, not because you've suffered enough, or waited long enough, or done enough internal work, but because the version of you who needed to exist in order to carry this life forward is now present, whole, and fully assembled. The love that has already been protecting you. And then there is the part of the story that is perhaps the most quietly moving. During this long waiting period, you may have felt alone in love. Overlooked, passed by, watching people around you find connection while yours seemed perpetually deferred. And in the lonelier moments, you may have wondered whether something was wrong with you, whether you were somehow unlovable, whether the intimacy and partnership you longed for were simply not in the cards for the person you are. But here is what was actually happening. You were being protected. The connections that didn't work out, the ones that ended painfully, the ones that almost just started and then didn't, the ones you grieved, were not evidence of your unlovability. They were evidence of a protection so precise and so caring that it removed from your path the people who would have diminished you rather than elevated you, who would have consumed what you offered without nourishing what you needed, who would have taken years of your life and left you emptier than they found you. And I want you to hear this with the full weight it deserves, you were not being left behind. You were being saved for something real. And the real thing is arriving now. Someone who genuinely wants to give, who finds you beautiful and says so without agenda, who shows up consistently rather than when it's convenient for them. Someone whose care for you is not a performance. You are becoming the lion. There is a version of you that is emerging, that has been emerging slowly and without fanfare. Through everything you've survived, that is different from the version that entered this difficult season. More grounded, more certain, more sovereign in the quiet, unassailable way that comes from having gone through something genuinely hard and discovering you were stronger than you thought. You are becoming someone that people do not casually mistreat anymore. Not because you've become harder or less kind. Those qualities are still entirely yours. But because there is a new quality to how you carry yourself. A settledness. A clarity about what you will and won't accept. An energy that says, without raising its voice, I know who I am, and that is not available for careless handling. People will sense this before they can name it. They will treat you with more care, compliment you more genuinely, step back from dynamics that previously they would have pressed without a second thought. The lion does not need to roar to command respect. Its presence is sufficient. The abundance is already in motion. The number 8, the infinity, symbol, the 10s and 10 patterns that keep catching your eye at odd moments. These are not coincidences. They are the universe's way of leaving breadcrumbs, of saying, the path is real, the destination is real, keep going. Everything you have planted is bearing fruit now. Simultaneously, abundantly, in ways that may feel almost disorienting in their suddenness, because they are not actually sudden. They are the culmination of everything that came before. The seeds finally breaking through the soil all at once, turning the field from barren to blooming in what feels like a moment, but is actually the arrival of something that has been growing underground for a very long time. This is your moment, not eventually, not someday, now. The waiting is over. The preparation is complete. The abundance, financial, relational, emotional, physical, is already in motion toward you with the momentum of everything you've survived, propelling it forward. Claim it. Receive it. You have more than earned your place in it. And when it arrives, when the life you have been quietly, faithfully hoping for is suddenly, unmistakably present, I hope you will let yourself feel the full weight of it. The joy, the relief, the particular profound satisfaction of someone who kept going when giving up, when would have been easier, because you kept going. And this is where keeping going leads.